All right. Well, welcome to session 2 of Fever Swamp. I'm the GM, so if you guys want to go right down the order in the boats again and introduce yourself and your characters to the audience, then we'll begin. If you'll look in the Roll20, we can just go from left to right in the boats. Slag, that means you first.
No, he's playing Stellaris.
right.
He's not playing D&D tonight.
Ah, you can't be playing Stellaris. This is Fever Swamp. This is much more important.
Right. So what are we voting on?
You're telling
just,
us who the hell you are.
Because the players forgot, because you're uninteresting.
You
Oh no.
definitely heard the word vote. I am Gump, the orcish monk who is a native to the swamps, sort of. I'm certainly a folk hero around here.
I'm Phil Sticker. I am a goblin warlock who is a slave to the noses of the swamp.
The noses. In
That's
any
an
case,
interesting way of phrasing it, but
yeah. I was still playing Silas, the surprisingly placid human barbarian.
I am Creator, and I'm playing Kildrak, the dwarvish gladiator, bard. Not from around here.
I'm Nivlek, playing Corinder, Shellbreaker, Dwarven Ranger.
And I am Token, playing Ixa, the Kobold Paladin.
I am Lucas Dietrichstein. I'm being played by Retromac, so I guess I'm Retromac playing Lucas. Lucas is a cartographer from the largest city in the world. He is here trying to map the swamp. He knows little of its denizens and cares little for their politics, focused instead on the simple task of creating order here. He is an aspiring wizard in some ways, although he's more of a cartographer who uses wizardry as a means to assist in his cartography. His familiar is a crane named Balearica.
And she's the MVP so far.
she set a tree on fire last time.
Just like the like those hawks in Australia.
Mm-hmm. Very good. So last time you all mapped one hex of the swamp, with some difficulty, and then returned to the village of Clink. You are now back in the village of Clink and have spent several days recovering and miraculously curing your diseases. But everyone is now perfectly healthy once again.
Good.
So what's the plan?
Let me see. Next one is the one directly south of the village, it looks like, in terms of hex mapping, if we're gonna keep going with the same plan that we had last time.
I believe that
Probably
plan
should.
makes sense.
We're also going to want to keep an eye open, if at all possible, for money. Our initial supplies are starting to look a little bit small. We're going to need to be able to buy food soon. So try to keep an eye out for opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
One should always watch for money.
Maybe we'll have more luck with foraging this time, or hunting.
What, you mean the dead guy hanging from a tree that tried to murder us wasn't lucky?
He was technically made of food.
See?
The kobold might even find that edible. And the orc. And the goblin, I guess, so half the party.
Oh, I hadn't considered that, but that's disturbing.
Well, I didn't really talk very much with Slag about what the orcs are like. Typically, the way I portray orcs is that they would not consider rancid human meat edible, but Slag is playing the orc, so maybe have to talk about it.
They would not.
Yes. My
They're slightly better than that. Slightly.
mhm. Yeah. We didn't really talk about it much, but usually orcs in my games tend to be more honor-bound, kind of fantasy Klingons, more than Tolkien-esque evil monsters.
Hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, for me at least, that makes a lot more sense.
Anyway, so you're heading to the hex directly south. You need to determine who is going to navigate and who is going to forage along the path. Oh, actually, first I need to roll for weather for the day. Oh, it's raining
Oh,
again.
what a surprise!
Yes. You say that, although I will point out that it is slightly more likely to be clear than to be raining.
Oh, well, that makes it
It's
funnier.
like a
then.
60% chance of being clear.
I don't believe you.
Okay. That's fair. Yes. So it is. It's another rainy day in the swamp. We know where you're going, so you need to choose a navigator and optionally a forager.
Well, if I remember the stats needed correctly, I should not be any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're-
I think Gump was better at foraging than I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we'll just have the same person forage until they die.
I
Might as
mean,
well.
And I'll continue to navigate.
yes. I mean that makes sense. Okay. So make your foraging roll. Corandir, make your navigation roll.
The hex grid is slightly offset from the actual map.
Shut up about that already. It doesn't
20
matter.
more.
Every day, every time. Someone else should say it next time.
Okay, so
I really love my roll though. All day, every day.
So Gump, you definitely acquire some food and water for the party. Tell us what you found to eat,
Well,
and roll a d6 plus your wisdom to determine how much.
well, let's see how much I found.
One berry for each of you.
A really big one.
6 pounds of food. So,
Almost enough to feed the party. Not quite.
same as last time. Gump went fishing for catfish and caught a really big one.
Sounds good. Also, since you got a 20, you also get 1d4 plus wisdom water. Days worth of water.
Well, we'll consume a bit less of that then. I will mark off the. There's 8 of us, so water from each barrel, and there's also 8 of us, and we found 6 rations. So 2 of us will have to eat a ration. Who still has
There
rations?
are 7 of you, unless you're counting
Oh.
Bill Erica.
You're right.
8 in the call, counting me as the GM.
Alright.
Yeah,
But
you're right.
I don't need.
One of
further
us
water.
will need to eat a ration. So
I have 8, which
You
may be
should
the most.
go down.
I think I've
7.
got 9.
you should go down to 8 then.
Yeah, I'll take this hit.
Yep, that works because I only have like 3 days worth. So
Yeah, I went on ahead and bought a fair bit of rations during creation, so it's fine.
cool.
Gump goes ahead and prepares the catfish with his cook utensils. Eating raw catfish is great and all, but not.
I don't believe that.
Swamp
We're going to
session.
look at me.
Very well. But it appears that Quarandir has failed their their navigation check. So
No,
you're,
so was it I could do a reroll on a failed navigation check?
yes. Okay, never mind.
I was a little distracted.
Oh, I forgot to open the Fever Swamp PDF. Hold on. I need to have that open. Yes. So, as you are making your way to the south, you're having a good time. You haven't seen anything troublesome. Gump caught a big old catfish, and you're very much looking forward to making camp and cooking it up. When you see up ahead of you in the water, there are 3 crocs kind of milling about.
How they're like just peeking slightly above the water
Yes.
line, or
Yeah,
okay.
they're like just peeking their eyes just up above the water line, in kind of a clear space between the trees up ahead of you.
With my familiarity with crocs, do these look like giant crocs or just your regular size crocs?
I think they're regular sized, but regular sized is pretty big.
Yeah, they are very large crocodiles.
I know I wouldn't want to
Don't
mess
move
with
us to
any
this map. I don't
crocodile.
want to fight them. Yeah, same.
On the other hand, we do need money, and they do have valuable pelts.
I would
Those stickers.
recommend not messing with the crocodiles unless you can split them apart and lure one away.
Just how valuable are the skins?
I mean, they're not worth nothing.
Well,
What are we
what do I know?
thinking they might be worth, though? 'Cause
Yeah, this
more or
is
less.
very important. The economics of this, like the worth of the skin versus like one of our limbs. We're not coming out intact totally if we try this. So
Unfortunately, we can't lose arms and legs in this system.
oh
We
yes.
don't
we
Oh,
can.
yes, you can.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Don't get too attached.
I mean, I would prefer to stay exactly as attached as I am, but
Sometimes you don't get what you want out of life.
Yeah.
How does that work? Is it like an empty feet?
Common sense applies, yes. But yeah, I would say that the skin from an adult crocodile like this would probably fetch you. I don't know. I'd have to put some good thought into it, but at least like handful of gold pieces.
It sounds like it might be worth risking losing one of y'all's limbs. Someone go poke it with a stick.
I could cast fairy fire on them while they're all grouped up like this, and we're not with them.
That sounds wise.
I may also
Oh,
put one or two to sleep.
right. I could create an illusion of something that they would want to eat.
It's better than having like Balearica serve as bait,
Yeah.
even like carrying meat or something. But
Yeah.
an illusion would be nice.
Well, it might be worth beginning with the sleep spell. I don't imagine the crocodiles will rouse to one another's aid. And if one or two of them should fall asleep, and we were to engage the third with our ranged weaponry, perhaps the one there on the island.
I mean, I could just throw a big bag of the unused fish guts into the water.
Yeah, that might draw all
Putting-
three of them, though.
Yeah, putting two to sleep first seems like a good idea to me.
Regardless of how we get the other one to us, yes.
Hmm.
Agreed.
So, should I cast this now, or should I wait?
Well, the turn order is manifested.
Yeah, I think he was asking KSB, like, is this something that happens before we go into combat turns, or
Oh,
could be wrong, but
uh,
because it's not like an innately hostile action. I don't think they're gonna have the capacity to realize.
mhm.
I mean,
I don't know. That's up.
Yeah,
No.
no, you can cast. You can go ahead and cast sleep.
here's a question: how real life like are these crocodiles? Do they behave like actual crocodiles?
Yes.
Oh, then they're fucking retarded. Forgive my horrible language there, but
It
that's
doesn't look like the
best
crocodile's going to
right.
fall asleep anyway. The
Yeah,
beat's probably going to be a bit low. It's not a great roll.
Yeah. You might get one, but oh, never mind. It's hit points. For some reason, I thought hit dice. I think I'm thinking of the other game now.
Well, as long as we don't look too much like food, if we go after one, the other ones are probably not going to bother. Honestly, we could probably go over there to the sleeping one and just fucking murder it. If we manage to knock one out at least.
Okay. So the area of effect of sleep.
20 feet.
20 feet. So, which croc were you targeting? Because
They're a little too far away from each other.
yeah.
It's they are actually within a 20-foot radius of each other, but it doesn't really matter. I guess the one farthest south.
So yeah, this dude here,
Yeah. Okay.
scaly boy.
And you did 15. So that is just barely enough.
Well, now we know what we got to aim for.
Why do I not have like a sleepy symbol here that I can attach to them?
There should be little Z's if you click like the token.
Yeah, I'm clicking.
You gotta type in the sleepy
I
symbol.
don't see little Z's. That's what I'm looking for.
Hmm.
I'll just put the sleepy face man.
It must be diseased.
Yes. Okay. So at this point, I do want you guys to roll initiative, and we'll proceed in that order.
Oh, isn't there something we have to do to link that?
Yeah,
Stop
click on
rolling.
your token first. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So that's working.
Should have waited for the turn order to populate. Whoa.
Should I just re-roll, or are we gonna just?
I'm just gonna type mine in when I can.
Just type it in. You can go ahead and type
Okay,
it
I'll
in.
take the 12. Huh?
I actually did worse.
Well, I'm glad to see that I go last.
Let's see. So it looks like why is it not ordered the turn order in the order that everyone's number is?
You push the button at the bottom to do that, but I'm not on the turn order yet, so.
Yes, you are. You're right there. It's 7. You're at the top.
It doesn't
I'll
show
reload
that
the
for
page
me.
then.
Yeah,
I don't
funny
see
enough.
that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see
I'll
it
add a turn for you, but you're already on there.
Hmm.
Am I though?
Yes.
None of the rest of us see it.
Well, I added you again. Now you're on there twice.
Well, I see
We all
this one.
think
I
you're
deleted
lying.
the old you, and I delete the old Bellerica.
Yeah.
I'll add a new Bellerica. Except I gotta move her down because the
She doesn't actually need a turn, right? She just is a
Yeah.
class feature.
I suppose if she moves on your turn, that's fine.
And she doesn't generally do anything. Familiars aren't any better than actually having a bird, other than that it does what you want it to do.
Yeah.
It's more of a utility effect.
Yeah, a lot of characters were doubled on the table. Oracle Ascending. Okay. Don't know why it didn't automatically do that, but okay. I reorganized it. Okay, everyone is on the turn order now? Everyone can see everyone?
I think so.
Looks like it.
Okay. Ixa, you won the initiative.
Yeah, I was just trying to find what the range for my javelins are, but I'm pretty sure the closest one is close enough. Let's see how this works. I don't know, it's like 50 feet. One second. Okay, so if something has range of 30/120, I'm guessing that means anything past 30 is harder, right?
Yes, it
Does-
means
do
you have
think
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't really have anything else I can do that's meaningful. So, yeah, Ixa will try throwing a javelin at it.
At which one?
The one that's closest. It's on the bank on the right. I think that's closest.
You would have to be throwing. Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess if you're targeting there, then you can do it without having to go through the tree. Okay.
But I mean, it might be out of range and with disadvantage, but who cares?
Yeah. Alright. Oh, oops, I already rolled once.
So that was a 13 to hit.
Yep.
Your javelin hits, but it just kind of thunks and bounces off the hard, tough skin without sticking, and it annoys the crocodile and has angered it.
No big surprise there.
So, Silas, before your turn goes, something else actually rolled a 20 and is going to go before you.
Wait, something else rolled a 20? Because I rolled like a 4. Actually, I
The
rolled a
Crocodile
1.
Clan.
Dun 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 dun.
Why are you listed as a 20 then? Oh, you're listed
Uh,
on here twice.
Yours is just all fucked up.
Yeah, no, it sounds like yours is the issue here.
It's because
I-
I had everyone on the table from the other page, I guess.
Oh no, that
okay,
yeah,
that's
that
fair.
doesn't work. You have to delete everyone at the end of every combat.
Why? That's so stupid. Who programmed
I
it?
know they have never fixed it, but you just do.
Okay. Well, how come you guys couldn't see the garbage that was still on there?
That's the known bug.
Okay.
It does delete it for the players. It doesn't for the GM.
I see.
That's interesting.
All right.
Man, I am so glad that I'm not on that front boat.
And I'm not in turn order anymore.
Well, you should have mentioned that sooner. Added your turn. What was your initiative?
What was it? 9?
Okay, there you go. So yes, the these
Why are there evil spirits protecting the crocodiles?
um
Why?
We're
they're
about to find out.
yes, well
They're sacred crocs.
yes. So as you as the lead boat has kind of floated out here among the in the water between these crocs, each person in the lead boat and Kildrak in the lead position of the second boat sees down in the water just underneath the surface a face looking up at you with sharp, narrow faces. You each need to make a wisdom saving throw.
All of
Yes,
us are just the ones on the boats that are threatened.
The ones that are threatened.
Alright.
Your DC is 10. And if you fail, you will. If you fail, you are charmed by the spirit and will fall into the water.
Where is wisdom save?
It's just a
Saving
wisdom roll.
throws.
Or click on the word wisdom in your little saves box.
If you're proficient in wisdom saves, you add your proficiency bonus. Otherwise, you're just rolling wisdom.
Yeah, so under the
Right,
proficiency
so-
bonus on the character sheet, there's the saving throws box. If you click on the
Oh.
word there,
The word
Wow.
itself.
Yeah, I'm blind. Okay.
Okay. So it looks like everyone beat the DC. So you see these these spirits who are beguiling, and their eyes beckon you, and they're trying to goad you into following them into the water. But you all resist for now.
Fucking swamp sirens.
Later, baby.
So this croc, struck by the javelin, comes out into the water. Is making path towards Ixa's boat.
Good luck, you poor bastards.
Let's see how far that is. 50 feet, yeah. I think you can get there, but not with a with like a double move. So Ixa, there's a croc hurtling towards your boat,
This is a good idea.
and this one comes out to here, waiting for Gump to fall in the water. Lucas, it is your turn. There's a big croc coming towards your boat.
Lucas is going to shoot at it.
Okay. What's he shooting it with?
His
Crossbow?
crossbow.
8 does not hit.
Nope.
I assume that's all for Mew, so Philsticker?
I guess Filster's gonna shoot a Eldritch Blast at it.
At what?
The one that's coming right for us. As in the one that's extremely close to Gump.
That
Okay.
one here, it looks like.
Alright, so you're going to shoot the croc. Alright.
Damn you, roll 20.
What's it doing now?
Oh, it's just not sticking up the spell when I. Oh, that's.
It's an attack. You just need to make your. Oh, you.
I know. I just want to be friendly and display the spell.
Okay.
That's a 9.
You know you can add your Eldritch Blast under your attacks and spellcasting box.
I'll do it now.
But yeah, so a nine misses. The croc is half submerged in the water, and your Eldritch Blast hits the swampy surface of the water and sends up a splash of greenish swamp goo, but does not hit the croc. Corandir,
Yes.
what you doing?
No, so we've got the gators on the move, and then we have these what are they, like specters more like?
Mm-hmm. They're under the surface. There's some sort of spirits.
Okay.
Magic casters might want to focus on those because most spirits can't be hurt by mortal means.
Yep. Well, apparently I'm shooting my bow.
Lucas is not capable of damage with
So
magic.
say at the croc that's coming on the back of the side of me.
Okay, so that would have
Okay.
been a 12, which your arrow does not stick deep enough into the croc's thick skin for it to even notice it's been shot by you. Gump.
Right. Okay. My plan, just so we're clear, is first of all to hope this doesn't fuck up horribly. Second of all, I'm going to throw fish guts into the crocodile's mouth to get it to shut its mouth, and then I'm going to jump on its back and like hold its mouth closed because crocodiles have really weak jaws when it comes to opening their mouths.
This is
and
true.
Do you have
that'll
any
keep it
rope?
closed.
I've heard
And
this.
also, I'll probably be choking it out while doing that and hoping it doesn't drown me first.
Do you have
It
any
sounds
rope
like
on
you
you?
had to write an
Because-
essay on crocodiles recently.
I have a 10-foot chain creator, and that would be really useful.
Because
this
I've got 50 foot of rope that I could probably like toss, but the chain would probably work too.
Yeah.
I have rope too, so I can tie it up, but, you know.
I'm just thinking for the mouth might make it a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, let's take this one step at a time. So first, you're going to like throw some of your foraged fish.
I'm specifically going to throw the guts, the stuff that we can't eat.
I mean, you have a kobold in your party. Everything can be eaten. But, okay. Fair enough. Okay. I like this plan, so I'm going to give you advantage on your athletics roll to initiate this grapple.
Alright.
I got up for a second. What's happening first? Like throwing the chum at it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the chum at it, which shouldn't be hard.
Oh,
Mhm.
I'm not requiring a roll for that. I'm
Yeah.
the plan of
Oh,
feeding it chum first, so that it like focuses on eating that, and
it's just a good idea.
is a good idea. So I'm allowing him to have advantage on the athletics roll to
Alright.
establish the grapple.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, I'm glad that advantage was there. Not that it did much, but you know, at least it's slightly higher than 10.
Mm-hmm. Now I gotta make a roll for the croc. Hey, you won.
Yay!
Yeah. So Gump is an absolute madman. And while the croc is distracted eating the fish guts, jumps over the spirit, lands on top of the crocodile, and while riding on it, grapples it around the mouth, holding it shut.
And I guess I will next turn start tying it off so that it stays shut.
Silas, what are you doing?
Well, I might be able to help with that actually. I think Silas kind of dispassionately looks away from the specter in the water, uncharmed by its spiritual wiles, I guess, and steps over Philsticker in the canoe to get to the front, and
Sure.
seeing what Gump is attempting, takes out the chain coiled at the side of his backpack, and let's see, should I actually tie it off or just hand it over?
I think that it's going to take you a ready action to pull that chain out of your backpack. So
Oh,
I
is
guess
it?
you'll just have to wait till next turn for Gump to take the chain.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, it's just standing there with the chain offered or
Mhm.
taken out, at
Yep.
least. All right, fair enough.
Kildrak.
Okay. Well, I would like to do something to this blasted spirit, but I don't think I can because it would have to hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Oop, wrong turn. Well, okay, so that's fine.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I guess, I'm going to look away from the thing,
Mm-hmm.
pointedly. And then I'm going to do vicious mockery against the crocodile that's behind us, going for Ixa.
Okay. I have no idea what the wisdom of a crocodile is.
Not very. They are extremely stupid creatures.
Yes, but that's int, not wisdom.
They are extremely dumb creatures.
Well,
Wisdom is abstract, and no one understands it. Inanimate objects have wisdom.
I think the tree had wisdom.
Well, the tree was spoilers. I can't actually tell you. Let's see. Well, the crocodile in the monster manual has a 10 wisdom, so it's just a flat 1d.
Well then.
Okay. So, how are you insulting this crocodile? And roll your damage.
I hadn't considered that. Because I'm a bad bard. Let's see, damage is gonna be 1d4.
Just say its scales are garish. They clash with this swamp.
Crocodiles are exceptionally dumb
Um,
creatures.
Kildrak just kind of glares at it and yells at it, I hope your scales fall off and you die in a desert.
Somehow this gets through to the crocodile's very, very tiny reptilian brain, and it is emotionally hurt by your words, taking 2 damage.
And it does have disadvantage on the next attack roll.
Right, that's important.
That's the best part.
That's the reason I have this spell.
Yeah, that's really good. So, Ixa, the crocodile is in front of you, and it has been bullied. What will you do?
Okay, it's close enough to hit with my sword now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a little ambiguous on the map, but okay. So
It,
she will try.
it is
You will-
it is occupying this hex as well.
Okay.
You can sword it in the face.
So yeah, she will stab it with her sword.
Yes, she will.
And 7 damage.
All right. Ixa brings down the sword and makes a big, bloody slash across its snout. Doesn't quite, doesn't kill it, but it certainly felt that cut. So, now it's the drowning spirits. Kildrak, the one that was around you, is floating about and trying to get you to look at it again, but as you were pointedly looking away,
I'm just imagining like some weird dance where I'm like looking and shifting my head.
Yes. Silas, Phil Sticker, the same applies to you. However, Gump, since you are in the water with it and wrestling the croc, I think that yours just has to turn and would be right in front of you.
Yeah, well, Gump is probably paying all of his attention to the crocodile, so I'm not sure how well it could get in my view when I am like, unless it like put its face through the crocodile or something.
I mean, you're sitting on top of the crocodile, holding the crocodile's mouth, and it's like right there, like another foot in front of the crocodile.
I mean, I guess.
I don't see how you could not be seeing it.
Fair enough.
Unless you closed your eyes, in which case, I don't know if you necessarily want to be wrestling with a crocodile with your eyes closed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying that Gump would probably be staring at the crocodile's snout while wrestling it. So, it'd be kind of... The point is, unless he could see through the snout, or the snout's like long and thin and he can see around it.
No, it's a crocodile. It does have a long and thin snout.
They're saying maybe
Alright,
maybe
fair
someone should
enough.
have disadvantage here because it's not an ideal situation for charming.
Yeah. In that case, well, it would be a advantage for Gump. So yeah, I'll split the difference and I'll say it can happen, but I'm gonna give you advantage to resist.
Alright, thank you.
You didn't need it.
Didn't even need it.
Yep. Okay. Croc turn.
Oh no.
Okay, first, the croc that Ixa, just slashed needs to make a morale check. So the morale of a crocodile is 9, so it does not cease its attack, even though it should. So this croc, despite having just been wounded, leaps out of the water with a big push and tries to bite Ixa. Let's see.
It has disadvantage, remember.
Right. Okay, so a 7. That doesn't hit.
That 15 AC. So
Yep. So yeah, it completely misses Ixa altogether.
Thank goodness it was feeling bad about itself today.
Yes.
yes.
See, bullies do win.
Let's see. Let's see. So duration. What's the duration of sleep? Is it just it's just 1 round?
No, it's until something wakes them. I think. Let me double check.
That's what I thought it was, but when you posted it in the thing, it says.
Yeah, it doesn't. It says
If I didn't put the duration
duration
in right, I apologize. I'm just
Ah.
checking the duration now. It's 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense then.
That's like 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
It might as well be 1 combat for.
Wow. Even that's a lot less than I expected, but
Yeah.
Yeah. At least
Sleep-
this isn't 4th edition.
Again, the
Wow.
goal of a sleep spell isn't to win an encounter immediately. It's to turn one encounter that's hard into 2 encounters that are easy.
it makes the one what was it KSP's character has in the other game seem super generous because that's 10 to 40 minutes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
Which, I think that makes more sense, honestly, that it forces them to go to
It's
sleep.
like a good
They
nap.
take a nap. Yeah.
You know.
So, I mean, it's good for sneaking past a watch, or just taking someone out of the thing for a scene, for an entire scene.
In any case, we should probably be able to finish this before it wakes up.
Yeah. So the other croc, the one that's riding that Gump's riding, it's gonna start thrashing and trying to throw Gump off. So opposed athletics rolls.
Fuck. Fuck.
Oh,
So
I
the
guess
grab.
we're not Crocodile Dundee after all.
Yeah. So Gump is knocked off of the crocodile. He is not great at being the crocodile rodeo star that he thought he was. And he is now in the water with the crocodile. But
Natural 20 versus natural 1. That could not have gone worse.
yes. So yes, that is the croc's turn though. Fortunately, it cannot also attack you this turn. Lucas, it's your action.
Well, Lucas still has a clean shot at this crocodile, so he's going to reload his crossbow,
Mhm.
line up another shot, and hope for the best.
Hey, that's pretty good.
11 damage.
Oh wow, yeah. So you
Headshot.
you line up your shot and shoot it right through the eye. That's a dead croc.
Uh, Koldrak
Yeah, I was-
cheers briefly for him.
I was hoping that you'd say, but it doesn't care.
Lucas is already just
Crocodiles
loading
are
his
too
next
sick.
bolt, feeling concerned about the sudden appearance of a bunch of apparitions, and Gump's afternoon
Antics.
swim.
So Phil Sticker.
Alright, so Phil Sticker is unamused by this fairy shit. He turns on his own supernatural charms on this spirit that's trying to charm him in the water.
Okay. What is exactly that you're doing?
Fey presence.
Okay. Tell me what that does.
Alright, everybody in a 10-foot cube around me, which seems to just be me and him,
Mm-hmm.
or it, has to roll like against my spell save DC.
Okay.
They may be charmed for like 6 seconds, which is, approximately nothing.
But it'll charm them for a round, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What are they rolling? What type of save is it?
A wisdom saving throw against a 13.
Okay. Nope.
Oh boy.
So it is charmed. That means charmed. A charmed creature can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. The charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. So
Now we'll pull it up out of the water so it'll drown in the air.
okay, before you do that, could you describe for us what it looks like when you activate your Fey presence?
Alright. So it's glaring alluringly at Filsticker, who sort of turns his hideous face up and acts disinterested. In the process, like the sunlight gleams across his beautiful lumpy skin and the craggy skull in his head, and the spirit realizes how beautiful Filsticker really is, and it makes it feel ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works.
Okay. And was that an action to activate
Yeah,
that?
that was my action.
Okay. Anything you mean to do with your movement or a bonus action or anything?
Nope, don't think I have anything.
Okay. Then Corander.
Well, I'll let loose an arrow on the croc near Gump.
Okay. Makes sense. 14 is a hit. Roll your damage.
What?
You need to click the longbow in the chat window.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
11. Okay, you strike it, and your arrow this time does stick like deep into the shoulder of the croc, and it thrashes about and it. Sorry about that. And it thrashes about and breaks the arrow in half, but it's got like a bleeding injury in its shoulder. It's not happy about that at all. Gump, you're in the water with a croc.
Right. I am going to. God.
You could probably finish it off out of character at least.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. Gump is just going to punch it in the face.
Yeah, it's like what you do with sharks, right? Just you hit it in the snout and it leaves you alone.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, I'm going to punch it more towards the back of the face, where there's less chance of my fist getting caught in its teeth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I am mercifully to the side of it, so this should be easier than it otherwise would be.
Yes. Yeah, so you can do that. However, I do think that since you're kind of like, you're in some deep water, and like trying to punch it, this seems difficult. I think that this might require disadvantage.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I rolled.
Oh, you rolled, yes, I see. 15 is a hit.
Excellent. 6 damage.
That is a dead croc. You're gonna have to tell me how that happened.
Right.
Or rather, I should say that is a croc that has been reduced to 0 hit points. You may tell me how you have removed the croc from the fight, which may or may not include killing it.
Right. I punch it quite squarely in the head and manage to give it a concussion. So it has
Which goes untreated.
been knocked cleanly out by the sheer force of Gump's blow.
Very good. Very good. So that is an unconscious croc.
And I will grab it and close my eyes and tell Silas, throw me the chain. One end of the chain, very specifically, so that I can drag the croc back to the boat without having to look at the spirit.
Very good. Silas, it is your turn now.
Yeah, and because that seems reasonable, looking away from the spirit, since I don't need to see to do this really, just take one end of the chain and toss it out in the general direction where Gump is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would prefer if you tossed it on him because he's currently not looking at anything right now.
But yeah.
Very good. Kildrak. It is your turn.
The thing I was going to viciously mock is now unconscious and being tied up.
Yes.
I don't know what I can do about this spirit nonsense, though.
Try telling it it's ugly.
Charm it.
I mean, it is ugly, but.
Well, you
I
should
think
say
it does
so.
work.
I mean, how close are they to the surface of the water?
Just like a few inches underneath.
Oh, okay. So in theory, they could hear me, just maybe not clearly.
Mhm.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna mock the fucker.
Okay.
They don't have to understand, they just have to hear.
Yes. Da. So it's a wisdom saving throw against 13.
Right.
Welp.
Well, I'm afraid that's a really good roll. So it does
Yep.
not. It is not effectively mocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Ixa.
I have no idea what to do.
Pull it onto the boat.
I mean, like, it seems like if the sleep spell is being tracked, like in terms of rounds, like 10 rounds until it ends, we should all probably start moving the boats down to that crocodile to deal with it in some way before it wakes up.
There is a case to be made for loading the crocodile before we row, though. If you want to load the crocodile, I'll row on my turn.
If she could
But that-
manage it, 'cause she's tiny.
Yeah, I was about to ask, does that actually involve a roll of some kind? Since it is considerably larger than she is.
I would probably be an athletics roll, yeah.
Okay, and then yeah, she'll try that.
I mean, we say you're tiny, but you're also like one of the strongest party members.
That's true. Paradoxically as that is.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
I mean, biologically, being small gives you an advantage to strength because you've got less. The square cube law is in your advantage.
Yeah, proportional strength anyway. Yeah.
So, the croc is like, a huge monster thing. So, I want you to pull it into the boat, by yourself. I want an athletics test, DC 15, and if you get less than 5, then you actually will fall into the water.
Okay, that's almost 50% odds. Alright, so I guess she just struggles in vain
Yeah.
to drag it
so,
on.
So yeah, you don't pull it in, but you got a grip on it at least. But you have to keep a hand on it.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Nothing is actively attacking her, so it should be good.
Yeah, I'll come over and assist you on my turn, and the next time you roll, I think you'll have advantage if I recall correctly.
Kildrak, the range on Vicious Mockery is a visible target.
Okay.
So you had to look at the spirit in order to mock it. So you need to make another wisdom save against its
Fun!
charms. But you do succeed.
Yay, I'm not gonna drown myself. Yet.
Gump's probably going to get horribly sick again, but
Well, that's what happens when you take random swims all the time.
Yeah, it keeps happening.
I mean, we're in a swamp, and he's a melee fighter.
Okay. I have lost count of the turns that the croc has been asleep, but that's fine.
It's been about 3, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking 3.
Yeah, I think I fired twice, so on my turn it will have been 3 full turns.
Okay, got that. Then, so Lucas, it is your turn.
Alright, Lucas is gonna move up the boat and assist.
He uses his bonus action to take out the map and write "Here be Crocs."
I like
And
to wait
ghosts.
until, dinner.
Do not look at ghosts.
Well,
Oh,
there's
yes,
no
that's
ghost
another
anywhere
important
near
one.
it, but yeah, I should definitely put on the map as a drowning hazard.
Yes.
Or just make it so whoever gets the map thinks you're insane because you wrote the Crocs are working with the ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he'll probably write something a little bit more eloquent to the effect of, "A cult of ghosts here feeds travelers to crocodiles. They're easily enough dealt with if you simply don't stare into the water."
Yes.
It's a nice mutualism.
Yes. Yeah. So okay. So you're taking the help action, which will give Ixa advantage to pull the croc into the boat next turn. So that concludes your turn. So Philsticker.
Okay.
Your wonderful, beautiful Fey presence is wearing off.
Oh yeah, I know it doesn't last very long. Philsticker makes the suggestion to the spirit next to him that it take its friends and go away. So I suppose that's an attempt at persuasion. I'm not sure if speaking counts as an action.
It does if you have intent behind it, other than just conveying information. I mean, before I allow that to be a roll, what exactly is his his leverage here? Why would they do what he tells them to do?
Because I'm beautiful.
I mean, the spirit is charmed.
Yeah, but only until... Was it till the beginning of this turn or the end of this turn?
The end of this turn.
Okay. Okay, I thought it was until the beginning of this turn.
Yeah,
Fair
well,
enough.
Since it has a tiny duration and it's kind of useless otherwise, I figured that they don't know they're charmed, and if you convinced them of something during that time, they still think that, unless they seriously reevaluated it later.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Yeah. Roll persuasion with advantage. Okay. It's not a great roll, but
This is a very average roll.
but it does believe that you're its friend right now. It sinks into the deep of the water and disappears from your view.
Haha, I slayed it. Oh wait, shit, that doesn't give me any experience. I should have asked it for money.
Come over here and get rid of this one.
Corandir, it is your turn.
Let's see here. I don't have clean a line of sight to that other one, do I? Because of Kildor.
To the other croc?
To get the other croc.
The sleeping one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't...
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably have cover.
How about I'm gonna do a hold action, and then Kildrak, kiss the boards, and then fire when he drops.
Damn right, I'm gonna duck down.
Okay.
I mean, we might want to get into position before we antagonize the last croc. Just saying.
Eh, one croc is a pretty easy fight.
Says the
You
one
say
who's
that.
like not in the water.
True, true. Maybe we let Gump climb back
Yes.
onto a boat
That
first.
that would be extremely kind of you.
Yeah.
But regardless, Gump, is your turn.
Gump is going to basically use the chain to pull himself blindly to the boat and get on, and hopefully haul the croc on too.
Okay. Athletics DC 15 to pull the croc up with you.
All right. 20. Not a natural 20, but a 20 nonetheless.
So
Glad I
Gump,
didn't have disadvantage.
you get in, and Phil Sticker, you are almost knocked over by the sudden appearance of a unconscious croc in your boat with you. All right, Silas.
All right. Well, seeing this is done with, yeah, comments to Gump that was impressive, and
Big as the goddamn boat.
Thank you.
you know, and I think uses his pike to kind of push the canoe forward so we can get over to that other crocodile down there.
All right.
Oh, I can actually move the boat.
The ghosts are back wherever they were. I don't know where that was. Whatever.
Close enough.
Okay. So Silas moves the boat up. Your croc. Kildrak.
I'm sorry, Kildrak. They carried me away, and I can't save you.
I'm gonna yell back to Quarandir. I think that we should scoot up as well. Need to go beat this alligator in the face.
I'll agree. I'll hold fire until we get closer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, I guess, use it to get closer, sort of up alongside the first canoe.
Okay.
Oop. Okay. If I remember, that is probably far enough that it uses my turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. So okay, that was Kildrak. So, Ixa, you have advantage to pull the croc in the boat now.
Lucas is helping you out, taking the other arm and pulling, and Balearica has gone round the back. She's flapping her wings and trying to push. She doesn't have a mechanical effect, but she's still there.
All right, round two.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Much better.
Yep. With the advantage and a natural 20, you definitely succeed.
Just fucking heft it out of the water and like body slam it into the boat.
Okay. Yep. The drowning spirits all move through the water around the boat, but as everyone is trying not to look at the water, you're probably fine.
Yeah, the bottom of the canoe is really interesting.
And yep. The Croc's still asleep. Nothing's woken it up yet. It hasn't had enough time. Lucas, it is your turn.
Lucas will move back to his place and begin to row.
Right. Let's see. Boat. Let's see. Want to move like all the way up?
If I could do more of an angle than that, that would be great. Like, same distance, but like that would be nice because we're going to get a better angle to approach on the next row.
Sure. I will move you there. It's about like right here.
Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Here you go. Phil Sticker. What you doing?
do I do? I'm really not sure.
I have a plan for this last one. So
Alright, we'll just let you wrestle with it then.
I'm
Phil Sticker prestidigitates a rose and drops it in the water for the spirits. There you go.
Okay.
It's kind of cool.
Later on, when I go back to town, the spirits are gonna leave me presents and shit. It was great, guys. They took me to their spirit city.
I mean, I think they're already trying to do that. Problem is, you can't survive there.
Yeah, no, they let me leave again. Yes, I'm technically dead.
So Quarandir, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm back to doing a ready action.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for Kildrak to be out of the way for me to loose an arrow.
Okay.
To the floor.
Gump? What are you
Gump
doing?
is going to prepare a lasso or a noose loop in one of his ropes. So he's going to be smart about this, and he's going to put a prepared lasso over the thing's snout so that it's basically automatically caught.
Okay.
But that's going to take a couple turns, so hopefully we have time before he wakes up.
Yeah.
Hopefully you don't wake it up trying to put it on. You'll have to be awful sneaky, but could be cool.
So Silas, it is your turn.
Are we just kind of getting ready for when that happens? Right? We haven't started, attacking it as far as I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just kind of putting his pike out to, get it in a position for when we start.
Okay. Kildrak?
Well, I mean, if we're waiting on that, I don't really see an effective way to deal with the spirits without exposing myself to drowning. I don't know. I guess I'll pull up my flute and play a little tune.
Okay.
What I will do though is I will basically take a knee so that Quarandir does have a shot because he will have a chance to do something before I do. I think.
Okay. Now Quarandir, you may take your readied attack if you like.
Well, seeing the other members of the party ready to jump the croc, I'm gonna continue to wait for Gump to
Do his thing.
do his thing, get that snout tied up.
To be honest, I'm kind of thinking of trying to capture this one alive. Just for the, hey, look what we did, motherfuckers, when we get back to Clink.
Yeah, living crocodile might be worth something.
There's always exotic pet traders somewhere.
And that's not a bad idea. Well, I mean, it's a bad idea in a lot of ways, but
It's not the worst thing I've heard.
yeah, that.
Okay.
All right.
So you've got enough time left on a sleep clock that I think you guys can just narrate like your preparations and then enact your plan.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't know what everyone else is doing, so I guess I'll let them do it because Gump is going to be activating the plan, basically.
Mm-hmm.
We should, the rest of us should first of all get this boat a little bit farther up, and ready actions to attack the crocodile if and when this goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get in here so that our paladin is alongside the croc and can do their thing.
I guess.
Probably
I
move
guess
this boat like up alongside the croc.
Yeah, that's what I was about.
Everyone
to
fell
suggest.
out. Stop selecting
Disease
the rest
check.
of the. There you go.
And I mean, like, I'm gonna be ready to whack it in the face with my battle axe if I need to.
Yep.
Don't you know animal friendship, Kildrak?
Nope. Nope.
I have
all I-
animal handling, luckily.
Let's see. No, I did not take that. What stat does that work off of?
Animal handling.
Yeah.
I think it's wisdom based.
Okay. Yep.
But,
Someone else
yeah,
can do that.
Yeah. Animal friendship was what Sal was asking about, which is a spell. Which basically it's. I think it's like charm person, but for an animal.
Animal handling is, I believe, wisdom. Interesting.
Yeah, I remember looking at animal friendship and deciding that it would not come up. How about that?
Oh. Not you didn't think that animal friendship wouldn't come up in the swamp filled with crocodiles?
I don't know. I never foresaw a situation in which we would need to capture a crocodile. So.
Oh yes. Well, that's fair.
So, is that everyone else prepared?
Yep.
Yep.
Just gonna be doing the same thing.
Well,
Yep.
Yeah.
With the noose prepared, Gump is going to creep up to the crocodile and very gingerly place the noose over its snout, hopefully without waking it up.
Okay. I think that's probably an easy thing to do, but with the potentiality of going very badly. So I want you to make a dexterity roll, DC 5. If you fail, it wakes up and attacks you. I see you have proficiency in dex saves. I'll call it a save.
Alright. Cool.
Which I believe
Thank
actually
God
means that you have no chance of failing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
I have lost the ability to control. Oh, that's because I'm using the wrong thing. So Gump moves up and gets the noose around its snout, and then he is going to use the rest of the 50 feet of rope to hogtie the thing.
Okay. Well, I think once you get the noose around the snout, though, once you pull that tight, that is going to make it wake up.
Alright. Now to just hogtie it before it can fucking start thrashing.
Right. So give me an athletics roll.
17.
Okay. Miraculously, Gump manages to tie up this. You can't really like hog tie a croc, but you wrap the rope around it and restrict its movement, and it's certainly fighting you every inch of the way. But Gump just holds on, and it can't bite him, and it can't break loose of his. You've got it like wrapped around in different angles, and you just hold it until it's too tired to fight anymore.
Right. And right. Can I use animal handling to try and like get it not not? Can I use animal handling to make sure that it's easy to get onto the boat?
No, just the fact that it's an exhausted crocodile, it might as well be a corpse at that point.
All right, fair enough. Then I guess we'll put this one on the third boat. So yeah, I guess that's an athletics roll. Anyone want to help?
The only penalty would be falling in the water.
Fair enough. Right, and Gump is going to get back onto the boat.
The spirits at this point have also have seemed to have disappeared.
They just like these guys aren't coming in the fucking water. Let's just give up and go find someone else to
Yeah.
bother.
Yes, the
They're
spirit.
like, oh, geez, now we have to get new crocodiles. Thanks, adventurers. I can't believe it. They didn't even kill two of them. They just stole them. They stole our crocodiles. Who does that? How does this happen?
They're gonna set up their own drowning racket.
Yes, indeed. So, you've got a live croc, a dead croc, and a half-dead croc.
I
This
don't
sounds like an
know if-
excellent time to sit down to do some paperwork.
Mhm.
I don't know if cook's utensils would be good for this, but I could try skinning the crocodile while preparing its meat, because
I
I
was
imagine
Yeah, I was
croc
thinking
meat
like
is good stuff.
the next day probably when Lucas is doing the mapping and everything, like someone could do skinning for the crocodiles and stuff like that. Whoever's best at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to imagine you would do that while we make camp, like as part during a short rest.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So with the encounter solved, you continue on until you find a good island that looks like a good place to set up camp for the night. You make your camp. You've got you've already taken care of your food and water. You've already marked those off for this day, I think. Although this is the time when you would. Now need to check for miasma. Fortunately, no infections today.
Yay.
Oh, shoot. I meant to have Gump make a d20 roll when you got out of the water.
Oh my. Just a straight D20?
Yeah.
Check yourself for leeches.
9.
Yeah, so when you get out of the swamp water, you got 3 leeches on your lower body.
Oh, lovely. Alright.
You probably don't notice this until like later in the day, after the crocs are dealt with.
I imagine that when he's got these 3 fat things hanging off of him, they'll probably be pretty obvious.
Yeah.
Would Gump know how to get rid of the leeches?
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it's pretty
Just
much
eat 'em.
just like touch them with like a burning stick or something, or a hot stick, and they'll fucking get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, but like, does he have nature proficiency?
Nature. No, actually, no.
No?
He's
No?
in survival.
Oh, he has survival? Then yeah, probably he'd know how to deal with each.
All right. Then yeah, he will deal with those as soon as he is aware.
All right. You remove them, but each one costs you a hit point.
That's like half my fucking hit points just from leeches.
Yep.
Hooray for terribly low constitution.
So, yeah. You make camp for the night. If anyone, I think Gump is the only one who lost any hit points.
Not even to the fucking crocodiles.
It's not something much smaller. If Gump wants to spend his hit die, he can.
I'm
Otherwise,
not gonna bother.
Okay.
I've still got enough that one hit won't kill me because, you know, orc bullshit.
right.
And, honestly, it's most of the things we end up fighting, it's probably not gonna change anything.
Well, that was a very excellent hunt, and I imagine these creatures will do well in some sort of enclosure somewhere where people can view them from a safe distance. I think that we've done good work today. Very pleased with how the expedition has been going so far.
What if we trained them and rode them around in the swamp?
Our boots would get wet. If you'd like to train them, it might be best not to ride them.
I think we would wear rubber pants. I've got a design already.
That's
Gump really
concerning.
needs some fucking waders. Actually, do they have... Would Clink have waders that Gump could buy?
I don't know. Like, what? Are waiters like old enough technology? I don't.
It depends where we are. Almost all of the world's natural rubber is found, like, in Southeast Asia, in Siam, and leading a bit into Indonesia. So, like, if you happen to be down there, you can absolutely get rubber stuff from, like, 5000 BC. If you don't happen to be down there, you're waiting until someone's shipping it from there.
Right. Yeah. So
But we're
that's-
also on a dumb fantasy planet.
right. There is
So
that,
They are...
but
Alright.
I don't think that would be local technology.
Right. The first manufactured waders were made as early as the 1850s, so apparently they are not a thing by any chance. But they're they were originally made out of vulcanized rubber.
Yes. All right. So, yeah. So, so you all make camp and make the short rest. Somebody give me some sort of roll to skin the croc.
Can I use the can I use my cook's utensils?
I mean, that certainly applies. That certainly should have the adequate tools for that.
Well, I have proficiency with it, so I figured it's probably our best option, unless somebody has leatherworking tools.
I would say either cook or leatherworking tool proficiency should apply for removing the skin in one, go.
Woo!
Yep. So you take the dead croc and you turn it into a skinless croc and a bunch of crocodile skin.
Yeah. I imagine that Gump would also prepare it as food. Like how How much food do we get off of this?
Enough to feed the party for a couple of days at least.
Cool.
I mean, it's a pretty big crock. The only thing is that it wouldn't be preserved, so you'd have to. I probably enough that you don't need to worry about food for like the next couple days.
All right, cool. That's always good.
Yeah. Yeah. So the other croc, the one that you knocked unconscious, what are you doing with that one?
Probably also tying it up because I have an extra rope, just so that when it wakes up, it doesn't like fucking try and kill us all.
Okay. So yeah, so
might as well keep both of them and try and sell them. I'm sure they're like worst case scenario, somebody will just want them for the pelt anyway. Best case scenario, somebody will be willing to pay extra for a exotic pet.
worst case scenario, you can sell their meat in Clink.
The actual worst case scenario is that they like get out while we're resting right now and eat us.
Well, I mean, we have two of them. As much as Lucas isn't going to be aware of this, I bet someone in Clink will buy both of them and then do gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Over at the Clink pits, except they can't dig any pits there because they'll just fill up with water.
But that's fine for the crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
I mean, they had like pumps even in ancient Rome. They could. It depends how convoluted this system is going to be. Your crocodile gambling fighting pit.
Fighting pit, you say?
Well, it's called a fighting pit, but it was actually made out of a large water reservoir that no longer holds water.
So the other thing I
now
was thinking when Retromox said that was crocodile racing.
If we went for the fighting pit thing, we could do something really asshole-ish. You could train the crocodile to recognize Gump and like not actually fight him and just play dead. So you could go in there and cheat everyone out of their money.
Well, what's especially entertaining about this is that one of my bard things is that since I'm a gladiator, I can find fighting pits anywhere I go.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting background bonus.
So,
Yes. He knows how to find the fight clubs.
yeah, and we have a crocodile, 2 of them.
Yes.
Nobody
So,
talks about Fight Club, but
They talk to him about Fight Club.
They do.
As all of our party is sitting around joking about this fight pit, Fisticler says, "Actually, we could." And he starts describing actually building the pumps and things, and he draws a picture on some dirty bark he found. And he's like, "How much money do we need? We could build some pumps, right?" And he starts spending all of your money for you in his head on pumps.
I don't think that we need to construct a crocodile death pit in order to complete mapping the swamp.
Well, I mean, if that's your
Yes.
goal, then no, but...
speaking of mapping
Ixa
the
could
swamp,
heal the crocodiles after they
do we
fight.
know where we are well enough to start mapping this region?
You succeeded at because he has the reroll ability. You actually did succeed, so you know where you are. You're not lost.
Okay.
Because he's a ranger.
That's good.
Yes. So yes, tomorrow after you break camp, you'll be able to spend the day traveling about this hex and map it. If you are done having your conversation for the night, then I think we should take a 5-minute break. Then we'll come back and we'll play out the next day.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, see you soon.
See you soon. 5 minutes.
Yep.
Bye.